Alright, good morning. We just got done picking up at this warehouse here. Actually got picked up over on the other side of that orange truck there. I don't think it's a Schneider. But nonetheless, we just finished picking up. Right now we're in Circleville, Ohio. I don't need anything from the truck stop. Circleville, Ohio, down here on US 23, next to a brand new Love's that I slept at last night. Picking up for Amazon load. First live load for Amazon. It's not an actual. See, I thought I was picking up from Amazon, going to Amazon, but it's some type of toilet paper coming out of here out of Safadell. You guys didn't see that when I picked up. Safadell, Circleville, Ohio. It's pretty much a brand new plant. It's not even showing up on Google Maps. And we have a total of, with the pallets, 14,632.7 pounds. 33 pounds. 14,633 pounds. With 650 miles to go, we should be there. Well, it says we'll be there at 9:30. I'll probably grab a rest area, the last rest area, just before you hit Albany on 90 tonight. I'm starting with a fresh clock since I slept right here. I threw it on personal conveyance, jogged over, bumped the dock, and then went back to off duty. Let them load the trailer up, and then I showed my pre-trip afterwards. So the routing that I'm going to take is pretty much US 23, and this runs us up to I-270, which is the roundabout for Columbus. US 23. I think that one, the Eaton Fuller plant is right around here somewhere, if I remember correctly. I think it's on 23, heading up to Columbus, just before you get to Columbus. I can't remember the town name for the life of me now. See if I see it. I don't know if it's behind me. Chillicothe. Chillicothe. Either way, it's just south of me. I'm pretty sure that's where that was the Eaton Fuller. It might have been Freightliner plant. I really don't remember. It was some type of a tractor plant or a engine plant, transmission plant. I want to say it was either Freightliner. It was one of the major manufacturers. It's been a long time. US Express days, I think, is when I delivered there, or picked up there. I think I delivered there. I think it was actually Eaton Fuller parts or something like that for the dealer, the manufacturer. No, it was some type of a truck manufacturer, because I remember seeing all the brand new sleepers and whatever else was there. I just remember brand new trucks that weren't completely together yet. Anyway, we'll hit 270, take 71 straight up to 90, and then we'll pretty much take 90 all the way across. I was thinking about saving some money and taking I-86 to Binghamton, and then taking I-88 up to Albany, and then go on from there. It's like an extra half an hour. An extra half an hour plus it's about 30 miles. 30 miles, 30 minutes to go that route. However, with that extra time comes a extra savings, which actually I think I wrote that part down. I wrote it down. So this load is paying $1,562.58 plus $163.05 plus $81.05 for tolls. So that's got to be the easy pass price, because I think cash price is like 105 or something like that, if I remember correctly. But altogether, it's paying me $1,806.68. So pretty good load. It's not the best, but 648 miles. So just under $3 a mile. I was expecting to be a lot more loads in this area, but there really wasn't much of anything, unfortunately. There was one load that I could have jumped on that was I want to say $1,700 for JB Hunt, but it was a 200 plus mile deadhead, and it delivered right around Rochester, New York. But by the time I got done looking at it, I wasn't interested. I actually lost it, and then it came back up, and then all I did was throw $100 on what they were offering it for. I didn't go very high. It was still a really good rate, and it wasn't a very heavy load. I want to say 20,000. Those things try to get me to go straight up 71. No, follow it. But either way, there wasn't very much, so I ended up taking this load. And yesterday I really didn't feel like doing much after the, not really late night, but the crappy night beforehand. Just a lot of stress, and not aggravation, but just stress. Got stressed out a little bit. It was pretty icy the other night when I delivered to Dollar General. I pulled out the wrong way, which wasn't really a wrong way, it was just the wrong way for that night. It was an industrial park, so I could go, it was a big circle, but the way that I pulled out, you had to go down a big hill, kind of through a little rail yard type thing, and then back up another hill, and there was actually another driver that went the same way. I ended up pulling out behind that driver and went the same way as them, realizing afterwards, I didn't come in this way, I came in the other way. But I noticed it was a roundabout, so I just went for it, and they were already a quarter of a mile ahead of me. But I started going down the first hill, and the whole thing was a sheet of ice. I started jackknifing, and I was slipping and sliding all over the place, which I just basically kept tapping on the brakes just to keep me slow. Got down to the bottom, and when we're flattened out, I went over the train tracks, and I seen the other driver was heading up the hill, and they got about 3/4 of the way, and they were fighting it. And I said, I'm not taking a chance on getting up behind them or trying to pass them. It's just wasn't worth it to me. I said, I think I can get back up that hill that I just came down, and that's exactly what I ended up doing. I turned around and I spun the tires a little bit. I grabbed a hold of the shoulder of the road. The right side was quite a ditch. The left side, going up the hill anyway, the left side of the road was a big downhill, but it was gradual to start with. The right side was quite a ditch, so I ended up going as I was spinning tires, I ended up pushing myself to the left side and biting a hold of the grass and the dirt on the edge of the road. And that was able to slingshot me up to the top of the hill. Once I got to the top of the hill, I went back up. I passed Dollar General. On the other side of the driveway, where I came out of Dollar General, when I turned right, nothing was salted. Once I got past it, going left, everything was salted all the way to the end of the road. So it stressed me out quite a bit. After we left, after I left, there was, well, just before I got there, there was a car. I don't remember if it was a car or a pickup truck. I think it was a car. Was completely flipped over. They rolled the vehicle and they landed back on the wheels. But you could see where the roof was all creased in and everything. And then when I left, heading towards Columbus to head to the TA, there was a tractor trailer jackknife down in the center. And I don't know if it flipped over or there was just so much pressure from the load and it blew out the side of the trailer. But everything was on the ground. There was still stuff inside the trailer, but there was a guy out there with a skid steer freaking scooping everything up and putting it into a dump truck. And the traffic, Jesus, traffic coming out of Columbus going eastbound was, I think I counted about 7 miles of straight trucks, mostly trucks. I mean, it just looked like a truck stop parking lot on the freeway. But trying to deal with all that ice and everything, and then when I got shut down, I didn't run the bunk heater or anything because I was really low on fuel. And the worst part about that was I was on a slant. So I woke up like 6 o'clock yesterday morning, freezing my butt off. And I ended up trying to level the truck back out, and I knew I had plenty of fuel in the tanks, but I think, and I never confirmed this, but I think that the fuel is only pulled from the driver's side tank, and I was downhill on the passenger side tank, so all the fluid was now leveled out to the passenger side tank, showing me empty. And I was worried that doing too much idling or running the fuel, the bunk heater would not run me out of fuel, but it would cause it to the point where I wouldn't be able to start the truck. And that was the last thing I wanted. So 6 o'clock in the morning, I ended up putting myself on personal conveyance. I didn't go straight to the TA because it was already like 10:30. I was worried about getting in there and not being any parking spots, and I really didn't want to pay for parking that night. But by 6 o'clock in the morning, I said we'll be good at this point. Even if I got to park on the side of the parking lot somewhere, make a parking spot for a couple hours. So I got over there and I threw $100 cash in the fuel tank just to make sure I was good for a few hours. Now Thursday morning I put money on my fuel card. I expected it to take hold by Friday afternoon, and that's where I got screwed over on the fuel. The whole fuel situation shouldn't have happened, but it was just a matter of I had to wait over the weekend. So first thing yesterday morning, Monday morning, the money was sitting there. So yesterday, before I deadheaded down here, the 40 miles or so on the back road. So altogether it was like a 70-mile deadhead from the last delivery. But I topped off my tanks there at the TA, and I headed down to the Love yesterday afternoon, and then just spent the rest of the afternoon there. Yesterday, I'm having problems with the truck starting right now, so it'll and it's a connection issue. A little over a year ago, August of 2019, I was sitting down in Florida and I changed out the starter relay switch that's mounted on top of the starter solenoid. So you got the starter solenoid, and then you got the relay switch, which is where the power, when you turn the key, the power goes through that relay, and that's how your truck gets started. It allows the power to go from the solenoid to the starter, and so forth and so on. That relay's bad.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
So it's not bad, it's a connection issue. The wire loosens up, and I tried...
Speed warning.
I tried loosening it because I was going to pull the wires off, clean up the terminals, and then stick it all back together with a big goop of electrical grease, just to try to stop it from seizing up and stuff and hold that connection better. But unfortunately, the stud on the relay started to snap. So as of right now, I don't have to go underneath the hood to start the truck. I just, as soon as I felt it starting to twist off, I left it. So the wires are very loose on there, but they're still making enough contact to start the truck. I actually let the truck idle last night just for that reason, because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to start up this morning, and I didn't want to take that chance of not being able to start the truck and end up being late to the pickup. It was nice to have the full tractor being heated last night, though. So that's it. This weekend, hopefully, I'm gonna try to get that relay replaced. I might have to buy another starter. My main goal right now is just to get a heavy-duty relay, if I can, and I want to mount it up on the firewall. So I might have to extend the wires up higher, but I'd like to mount it on the firewall to hopefully stop any type of water, salt water and stuff like that being able to spray over onto the relay where it sits now on top of the starter. So if I can do that, that would be great. If I can't do it this weekend, I'll just replace the relay as it sits, and then later down the road, I'll figure out a way to move it into a better position, or figure out a way to make it so all the water can get on there. So that's it for right now. I'm going to I'll let you guys know where we end up when we stop. We'll go from there. I've already recorded enough time here. So, see you then. Well, that was fun. I just stopped here to grab a sandwich real quick in Lodi. What else is it? It's known as something else too. It's Seaport or something like that. Either way,
proceed to the highlighted route.
The piece on that
in 700 feet, turn right.
That piece on the starter relay, bite my tongue in the process. That piece, that stud, snapped off. So I no longer have the ability to start the truck. And I just went through hell. I did the same thing I did a year and a half ago. I take the broom handle and I stick it in the seat and jam the clutch down. Now the other way I can go about it is I can disconnect the clutch switch or bypass the clutch switch. But when I bypass the clutch switch, it kicks out my my cruise control. And that's the only reason that I use that broom handle to shove the clutch to the floor to activate that switch, and then I go out and I touch the terminals together. 71 Cleveland, Columbus. Alright, so we go north or south here. This is where I got mixed up last time. I always forget that this one ramp leads to both ramps. I I got off the phone with the old lady. She said it's snowing. It just started snowing over there about 11 o'clock. So I'm going to take the little bit of longer route, which is a little more south, and stick with 86 and 88, and fingers crossed that ends up being a much better route. Now that I'm thinking about it, man, it could go both ways. 86 isn't going to be nearly taken care of as much as 90. And 86 has a lot more open terrain, so it's a lot easier for higher winds. Damn. I'll figure it out shortly. All right, good morning. I'm sitting here at the delivery here at Amazon. We got one more load for the week. Not that we really did much this week. I guess essentially we did. We worked through the weekend. Took off, more or less took off Monday. Didn't really, I did my deadhead, but honestly, I just didn't really feel like doing anything on Monday. And then yesterday we picked up this load. That is now done. And we got one more load, and that's picking up at some water facility in Massachusetts, Plainfield, Massachusetts. No, not Plainfield. I think it might be Plainfield. It's not too far from here, but we can't pick up that until 2:30. So I just got a notification for a drug test. I'm going to see if I can find a drug test facility in this area that I can get into with the tractor and trailer. And then we'll go from there. If not, I'll try to park somewhere close that I can at least grab an Uber, go get the drug test done, and then come back to the truck and then go do the pickup. That load is going over to Rochester, or Buffalo or Rochester, somewhere in that area. But we'll touch up with that with the next video. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.